jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world combat sports. Talking way too much, world combat sports. Talking way too much, world combat sports.
You know, one-on-one, just say to them, ask them, do you buy the pay-per-view, or are you illegally getting it? You know, are you stealing it? Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it. I said, well, there you go. But you're supporting your fighter?
What's good? WCS back on deck with another one as always, man. A big shout out to the supporters first and foremost. Man, who we have in the building? Toby on deck. What's good with it, Toby? Salute WCS in the chat. Captain Chaos on deck. I am Agent of Combat. Shout out to the supporters in the chat, man. You know, this is about, you know, one of the hottest topics that's floating around right now, right? So, of course, I'm going to go down here and provide you some dissected areas, you know, of this media anatomy. I'm about to provide you some insight as to the 77,000 pay-per-view, supposedly. Okay? So, we all know that it's two fighters that's in the ring. Okay? And in this particular scenario, Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying, former WBC heavyweight king, he pretty much went in there on a return fight to fight Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius coming off 2 victories, not any losses. He wasn't coming off losses. He was coming off 2 victories and Kanowski. So in the sport of boxing, as you see in the heavyweight division, let me remind you all of how this sport is. Sometimes it can scramble your brain if you think too hard about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't stand too close to the hocus pocus. We're about to see Tyson Fury step in there with Derek Chisora for a 3rd time. Why? Why isn't Alexander Usyk? So when it comes down to the numbers, there's a lot more variables that go into this, because Tyson Fury, I guarantee you, without Deontay Wilder being his dance partner, he's not going to match the numbers that he did when Wilder was in there. He's not going to match that. He's not going to do it. Let's take a gander at some tweets that my good friend Rick Glaser put out. You know what I'm saying? The non-racist Rick Glaser. Okay? Because they be hating on him. But listen, he put it out there. He put it out there about why pay-per-views struggle the way they do. So let's look at this tweet right here, right? And you don't have to like him. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? Just do me that courtesy. Rick Glaser put out a tweet. He said Wilder Helenius pay-per-view buys isn't as bad as anticipated. This is the racist Rick Glaser, right? This is the one that they don't give credit for knowing the insight. The inside of everything. He said pay-per-view buys isn't as bad as anticipated. It did a total of 77,000 homes. That's good for a combat fight that shouldn't even have been pay-per-view. With the WBC ordering Wilder Ruiz, if that fight happens, that's a pay-per-view fight that PBC can proudly hang their hat on. All right? I thought he was cutting it square. You know what I'm saying? He was cutting it square, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at the next tweet. He said, do you want to know what killed the Wilder Helenius pay-per-view? That it did just 77,000 buys? Yes, it was an attractive fight and shouldn't have been on pay-per-view. But the final knife in the back was done by hardcore boxing fans. It's piracy. Those that stole it and watched it free. Once again, those who stole it and watched it for free.
Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it. I said, well, there you go. Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it.
If you stole it, and look, I've heard firsthand that it's certain individuals that claim to support their favorite fighter. You can't support the favorite fighter if you don't believe in the card itself. Even if you believe the card is light, you still support your favorite fighter because that's who's in the ring. So you're basically stealing from your favorite fighter when you pretended online that you're giving back to him, right? So therefore, if you're a part of Stream Team 6, if you're up there streaming the fights, you're guilty. You're guilty. But let's look at some other areas that caused this fight not to happen and do big numbers. Okay, for one, people are going to blame Robert Helenius. No, we can't blame Robert Helenius because there was a lot going on that weekend. It was a lot. October 15th, Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius heavyweight fight, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. Okay, it was a tough weekend. It was congested. It was full of collective sports all around. All right, it was full of it. We had the MLB, Major League Baseball, popping off. And shout out to my good friend Rick Glaser. You know what I'm saying? Me and him had a conversation. Shout out to the Rick Glaser, the real Rick Glaser. You had MLB going on the 15th. You had some games that people wanted to watch. You see in here, my Braves didn't get it done, but they are World Series champions. So they are a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So you had MLB that was rocking. Then you had all these other collective sports going on. Major League Soccer. You know what I'm saying? Golf. And you had the Devin Haney versus George Kambosos title fight for Undisputed. You had collective situations and other sports and events going on. Not to mention college football, goddammit. College football was going on, and you know you was watching Alabama, Tennessee. You was watching USC, Utah. Y'all know y'all was out there watching this college football. Other events was going on. This was such a heavy weekend. People vested interest was elsewhere. That's facts. However you want to look at it, it's facts. They were going on. They was on the air. And plus, they didn't have to pay no money to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to boxing, for some reason, when it comes to the PBC, they're gonna pretty much put majority of their fights on pay-per-view. And it's been rumor mill out there. It's dealing with struggling financial issues allegedly. And so when that comes down to it, you're going to have pay-per-view cards that's not that heavy. They're not loaded. We already know what loaded is. We're talking about big names that satisfy the interests of the viewing masses. We're talking about those individuals. Every fight is not going to do that. But I'm speaking to the YouTube extraordinaires, the ones that say they support their fighter. If you felt that the card wasn't heavy and you illegally streamed it, then you part of the problem of the 77,000 that was out there. You're part of the problem. Rick Glaser put it out there. You are part of the problem. You stole the fight, but yet you get on here and make thumbnails talking about, oh, it only did 77,000. Were you the contributor? Were you an accomplice? You know what I'm saying? Where were you? Can you produce a receipt that you purchased it? I can. I'm challenging any one of you all that said, I can produce my receipt. I can produce my receipt. If you can't produce your receipt, then this is you.
Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it. I said, well, there you go. Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it.
That's y'all. Those individuals up here creating lives and thumbnails talking about it only did 77,000. Why? People not supporting so and so. It wasn't just them on the card. It was Anthony Durrell and Caleb Plant. All right, that's a co-main event. Some people may not have wanted to support Caleb Plant as much because he was coming off a loss with Canelo Alvarez, so they didn't know what to expect. Anthony Durrell, on the other hand, a lot of people, really it's impossible to gravitate to somebody who don't want you around. A lot of boxing fans can't connect to him. You know what I'm saying? They can't connect. If you out of sight, out of mind when you're not in the ring and people can't find you, then when it's time for you to come to a presser, no matter what you say, you're only going to have a certain amount of few boxing fans that really tune in and talk about you. So that's why you have to come in here and say something controversial. That's why you have to, hit the headlines with something controversial. That's why you was rah-rah-rahing, the whole entire time at the press conference, because people wasn't even looking out for you. When Caleb Plant said he was fighting Anthony Durrell, guess what? People's like, why? Why is he fighting him? For what? Why is that the case? Why is he fighting this dude? But for Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius, Wilder needs no introduction. Real talk. He needs no introduction. I'm only telling you from what I know from following him up to this point. Yeah, you may consider, it to be a flop to some, but taking in consideration all that was going on that weekend, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on. Those might be pretty decent numbers. You know what I'm saying? Those might be pretty decent numbers to a point where he had a lot of other sports, major league sports, to compete with. And then if the card didn't have one of those big names, like Rick said, like Andy Ruiz, which is now ordered, who's been former unified champion. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a name like that, which bring that other fan base, the Mexican fan base, to the arena, then you might have struggle numbers from in your living room. You might. Hell yeah. In your living room might struggle a little bit because they say, oh man, I don't even know who the Nordic Nightmare is, man. I just know him from Annie Kanaki. Okay, what else? That's his sparring partner. Okay, all right, cool. But if it would have been Ruiz, it would have been Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence type of connection. He brings the Mexican fan base, and Deontay Wilder bring the U.S. fan base, and let's touch gloves. But that wasn't the case in this fight. So I wouldn't be too heavy on the gas to say, well, Deontay Wilder's fight flopped. He was in there with Robert Helenius. The fight gave us the results that we wanted. So we shouldn't be swinging the hammer too much. It was tough. And look, if you listen to my lives months ago, when they were saying that, check this out, because I'm not capping. You listen to my live months ago when they was trying to say Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was going to be on the October month, right? This entire situation presented itself once again. I spoke on it about all the sports that's going on. People saying his fight was going to be in Allegiant Stadium and it was going to be in October. I'm talking about Crawford and Spence, and that it's going to be a big deal in October. And all along, people not even looking at the collateral sports that's going on this month. This is a perfect example how people don't pay attention unless they hear themselves talk. You know what I'm saying? And usually what they're talking about is very limited. I mentioned this months ago that it's a lot going on with the Major League Baseball in the month of October and a whole lot of other sports. So why would they have Crawford Spence in October? You know what I'm saying? So therefore we have, Deontay Wilder come on deck and do what he did. He gave you the knockout The numbers is not what you would think they would be. But hey, we'll survive, God damn it. We'll survive. Real talk. We'll survive. Ain't nothing but a thing. We'll survive. Let me get to this chat right quick. King Mitch on deck. What's good? Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw in the building. What's good with it, bro? Sir Ken, Captain Chaos, Cooking with Sir Senior. What's good with it, Mitch? Yeah, he said, motherfucker, I stole it. Come on, who the fuck is that playing that keyboard? The dude that was in the picture, man. You know what I'm saying? The guy that was in the picture. You know what I'm saying? He was playing that motherfucker. W says, I low-key blame YouTube content creators too. They say a loss shouldn't matter. But when someone loses, can see the videos and the hype they once had for a while that goes away. That's why you gotta mess with the ones who's consistent. You gotta support the ones who consistent. That just doesn't go for Wilder. That just goes for any fighter that you hear them supporting heavy. And in adversity, in the good and the challenges, they remain the same. What I mean by remain the same, I'm not just saying overlooking them having a loss or whatever the case may be, but stay the same in the amount of support that you provide that fighter. That's all I'm saying. Just stay the same in the amount of support you provide that fighter. It's easy. It's easy. You don't even have to goddamn quote the alphabet for that shit. I'm in the UK, so I watch the highlights in the morning. No doubt. That's what's up. Now, watching the highlights isn't still in the fight. Okay? That's just a time release to view the fight. You know what I'm saying? You're just in the waiting area. That's all. You're not jumping the fence. You know what I'm saying? You're not going around the back, sneaking in, running down to a seat. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting for it to air for free. What's going on, Max on deck? Salute to you. They say pay-per-view is dead. You know what? I really can't sit up here and argue that point because you have so much piracy going on. You have individual that was pretty much exposed and put on blast by Rick Glaser himself. You have these individuals right here.
Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it. I said, well, there you go. Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it.
That's the ones, man. Those are the ones you got to be careful for, to look out for. Listen, everybody's not going to sit up here and support your favorite fighter. That's not my mentality. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to support my list of favorite fighters. They're not going to. If they follow me long enough, they know what it is. I don't expect people to support. I don't expect them to agree with everything I say about these fights. That's just not the way life is, man. Like, people are going to have their own opinion, and a negative reaction might come before a positive one. But what I'm telling you is, look at it for what it's worth, man. The fight was exciting as long as it lasted. What do you expect from a fighter who has a history of putting boxers to sleep in the first round in the Barclays? Did you expect anything different than for Robert Helenius to be stretched out the way he did? I told you all before the fight. I said, check this out. This man has laid down Tyson Fury before. Tyson Fury balanced out the scales at around 275, 280 or bigger. You're talking about a fighter that doesn't even come nowhere close to that. He attempted to bulk up, but it didn't carry forward to his cardio, right? He comes in here lighter and lights Robert Helenius up again. When I say again, another freaking Barclays knockout in the first round. Now, people want to criticize it all they want. They want to act like it's something different. It's not different. It's what you've been seeing all along. It's just he being Wilder, chose to step up and fight Fury for a trilogy. And in between that, Dominique Brazil was able to get his supply of Ambien before these two step back in the square again. You have to give him credit for stepping in there on a return fight against Helenius. You know why? Because if you follow Deontay long enough, he's been giving people opportunities to get checks, to grace the square with him. He gave Luis Ortiz one. He gave Tyson Fury. He gave them more than one opportunity to step in the ring with him. Luis Ortiz, he did it because he has a family. He has a daughter that has an illness just like his daughter. And plus, you know the story about Luis Ortiz. You know, he has plenty of times he escaped Cuba and went through hell and back just to come over here and make a living. Deontay gave this man an opportunity to step in the ring and fight. And that man was a dangerous one. That man buzzed him in the first fight. And while people was jumping up and down and cheering, they was quickly quiet. They was quickly silenced when the bell rung for the 8th round. Now you're talking about Robert Helenius. What's wrong with that being a return fight? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the 77K. That's not going to stop him from getting paid. That's not going to stop him from getting paid if he's stepping there with Andy Ruiz. Because now people want to know, look, people want to know if Andy Ruiz can emulate what he did to Anthony Joshua. We can't get Wilder Joshua, but now we're going to get a common opponent of Joshua. And people want to know if Deontay Wilder has what it takes to better the performance that Joshua had with Andy Ruiz. That's what they want to see. It's a common fucking opponent. Andy Ruiz made Joshua quit in the first fight. So the fans are not talking about the second fight because they know it's bullshit. They want to see Andy Ruiz in shape. You know what I'm saying? Fine-tuned. Go in there and fight Deontay Wilder and see can he put some freaking suspense to it. They want to see. Because, of course, they're going to say Andy Ruiz is the better boxer, right? They're going to be, you know, a lot of them might be saying now, oh, man, he has a better physique than Deontay, too. You ever seen it? He has a better physique. So the fact Andy Ruiz, now, you know, he's in lost weight and everything, it's going to people say, oh, man, he just looks too tough. He's in shape now. And really, he did that to Joshua when he wasn't in the best of shape. He was deconditioned. He had the Snicker nutrition going on. So if this fight is next, then, like, once again, that's a pay-per-view fight, and people are going to tune in. This fight right here is not going to, it's not going to distort. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to influence fight fans on whether they want to see Wilder fight Ruiz or not. They're going to have more vested interest in that because we haven't seen Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua, but now he gets to fight a common opponent of Joshua. Now we get to see him step in there and fight a former opponent who took the belts from Joshua. Wilder hasn't had the opportunity to take the belts from Joshua. And at this point in time, Joshua don't have the motherfucking belts. So why not go in here and fight one of his common opponents? And then let's see what sets the next ball in motion. But we're not looking too far ahead. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it right here. We ain't looking too far ahead. We're going to keep it, patient. We're gonna cheer on Andy Ruiz coming to the square. We remember what he was able to do. You know, he had some situations with Chris Arreola. We remember that too. So let's see how this plays out. But right now, the 77,000K, call it for what it is. Call it for what you may. You know what I'm saying? People are not going to agree on these numbers. These numbers isn't always exact. Real talk. They ain't always exact. But what we can say when it comes to the cemetery, this is fact. This is fact. Real talk. We just added another one. You know what I'm saying? This is fact. No matter what you say, this is fact. It's room in there for Andy Ruiz. It's room in there. Real talk. Even if we have to goddamn put two person integrity, we're gonna dig up one that's already there and add a second one. We don't care. We're gonna add a second one in there. We're gonna make the names fit. Real talk. We're gonna make the names fit. Serious business. But I wanted to bring that to y'all attention because it was so many other major sports going on right now. And October 15th, while we was waiting for the fights. And, you know, I showed you what those was, man. Major League Baseball, college football, all these other sports that people was tuned in to include Devin Haney versus George Kambosos, defense of his undisputed titles. Hey, if you think people wasn't watching that fight and the fight card and shit, you sadly mistaken, bro. I mean, people was watching. People was tuned in. You know, some people that was so tuned in all day that they probably was exhausted. They might have fell asleep by the time the main event was coming on PBC. I don't know. But take this for what it's worth, man. The pay-per-view buys isn't as bad as anticipated. It did a total of 77,000 homes. That's good for a combat fight that shouldn't even have been pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? Let me get to the chat, man. D-Ray Promotions on deck. As funky as Rick said it did 77,000, I believe the actual numbers are about 150,000. No, it's a lot of segues reporting that it's 77. You know what I'm saying? Pay-per-view ain't dead, but piracy is definitely in its prime. Pay-per-view has a low pulse right now. You know what I'm saying? When you have millions of people streaming it and working off a Fire Stick and everything else, and they're not paying nothing except for a subscription, you know what I'm saying? A subscription, then that's a part of piracy too. People are going around. They say they support one of their favorite fighters, but they're unwilling to come out the pocket and just pay for the motherfucking fight. They feel that no, I got the Fire Stick for this reason alone. I'm not paying for that. So you're not paying for the fight card, or you're not paying to see your favorite fighter. I get it. Sir Ken on deck. Salute to you, Sir Ken. Bunk bed grave sites. Yes, sir. Stack them up. Stack them up. You know what I'm saying? It's room. We'll go TPI up in there. We will go TPI. Real talk. We'll go TPI. We still waiting on Joshua. You see Joshua trying to crawl out that cemetery, but he don't know where the exit's at. You know what I'm saying? His soul is already there. You know what I'm saying? His soul is already there. Real talk. So, y'all heard what I had to say about it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for pulling up tonight. No, I want to talk about something else that was disturbing me. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. And maybe I can get you all opinion on this. I want to get you all's opinion on what could possibly going on with this particular fighter. You know what I'm saying? Just give me some feedback. That's all I'm asking you to do. That's all I'm asking you to do, because a lot of people, you know, they talk what they talk, but I'm just trying to look. I'm just trying to figure out right through psychological assessment where these fighters are at when they're speaking indirectly. You look. You get people on YouTube that do the same thing. These fighters this day and time, not all of them, but a lot of them, they would throw a jab out there, and they don't mention names. They don't put a name. They don't tag it. Tag it. If you're mentioning something that you know we want to talk about, why do you all speak securities, right? Whining about all around. You're not going straight to the point. Why are you all just putting tweets out and you're not tagging people? You're not adding people. Now tell me about this tweet right here, right? This is from Errol Spence. Right? I need some help with this. Okay? When I mention something like this, when somebody else mentions something like this and highlight it, then it's called hating. But Errol Spence recently, this from his account, okay? So y'all can go check out his Twitter. He said, been fighting at this weight for over a decade. This shit ain't easy or fun. Nigga been stalling for months. I could have fought in November. Who is he talking about? So we already know first person. He's talking about himself in the top. Right? He's talking about himself because it'd be weird him talking about, yeah, the big fish. Been fighting it this way for over a decade. This shit ain't easy or fun. The big fish. Okay? But below that, he said, nigga been stalling for months. I could have fought in November. Who? Who are you talking about exactly? Because if you know, Boxing Scene came out with an article and they're trying to once again finger point in the direction of Team Crawford because they are saying they haven't heard a response to their revision. They haven't heard a response to their revision. I already told you earlier today what I think. I need to see more details. I need to know what the revisions were. I need to know what the revisions were. Because that means you already sent them information contractually, right? So when they received the information, I would like to know that time frame, that window, and then when they sent it back to you, right? How long did it take for you to send back these current revisions that you are on here crying about? I want to know how long it took you to resend these revisions back to them because they're in negotiations still, right? So I'm just curious to know how long it took you. Were you under the time frame with no deadline? Were you under the time frame or were you over? I'm curious minds on this media shit want to know. But for you, Errol Spence, right? You got to speak more directly, bro. You got to damn put a name on it. You have to put a name to this shit, bro. You can't sit up here and just talk around in circles, man. We don't live off carousels in life, man. Adults, if we still go to the carnival, the theme park, and hop our big ass on the carousel and not put our kids on there and just watch them, then it's some lonely shit going on in your life, bro. You didn't get enough of that when you was a kid. You hop on, oh man, I'm gonna take that white horse over there. I always want to ride a white stallion. Let me hop on that. Yeah. Man, come on, bro. Help us out there, Errol. Who been stalling? Who's been stalling, man? I'm just curious. I need to know who's been stalling. That's all I need to know. So, let's look at the next tweet that he did. Let's look at the next one. This is him responding to a random tweeter. The guy say, if you think I'm gonna believe anything a drunk say, you got me messed up, Mo. All need you to do is drop that bread in the Cash App, you dig? Spence responds, you right, Mo. Drunk, eye surgeries, car crashes, no strength and conditioning trainer, no nutritionist, gained 30 pounds in between fights, and I'm still the biggest fish. Now, this is what I've been trying to tell people for the longest of time, but they always want to talk about how many people that I have in my chat. And then I got these weird niggas, right? They busy worrying about me not coming on camera like I wasn't just on camera in Newark. If you weird dudes have anything to say about WCS, just say my name. That's all, and I'll give you what you want. That's all. Don't talk around in circles like Spence, because most of y'all doing the same shit that he's doing. You're just talking around in a fucking circle, man. I've been trying to tell you all, this is how Errol Spence is. Ever since I told you all about his first tweet after he had the accident. No broken bones, I'm a savage. Does that give you the indication of someone who's remorseful for letting his fans down? And then I also been on record is putting the Errol Spence aholics the Spencer sexuals, also been putting them on blast, because during the time that he's highlighting right here, he's highlighting this shit for y'all. During this time, when this man was damn gaining 30 pounds in between fight, he said it. He told y'all right here. Everything here. Drunk, eye surgeries, car crashes, no strength and conditioning change. He telling you everything that he was doing. He feel that through it all, he was good to go. But I asked, where was the Spencerholics when he was due to step in there with Sean Porter? And after he beat Sean Porter via split decision, not UD, split decision, not MD, split decision, where were you all to be in his ear and say, hey, Spence, hey, we understand you got a lot going on, man. You're at the top of your game right now. And we also know you're going to have some fun. You know what I'm saying, with your people. But do us a favor, man. Be safe out there, bro. Don't ruin it, because you still haven't accomplished the mission yet, bro. You haven't accomplished the mission. You only have 2 belts. You only have the WBC and the IBF right now. Chill. Be safe. Be smart. Think about what you have left. You have the WBA and you have the WBO. Think about that shit. Nope. Not at all, man. They didn't care. They didn't give a fuck about Spence. And now Spence, I don't know what's going on right here for him to put this out. This is damning. This is damning, y'all. You know, Spence, pay attention to what we saying out here. But why pay attention if you the one that was the damn, what they call him? The leading actor. You were the leading actor. This guy said a drunk, eye surgeries, crashes, no strength and condition training, no nutritionist, 30-pound weight gain. You know what I'm saying? He knows every bit. So you Spencerholics, you need to be quiet. I was starting to tell you to shut the fuck up, but I'm trying to be courteous about it, because he just pretty much gave you a summation of what people like myself been out here saying forever and a day, but yet I'm hating. I'm hating, right? Let me show you something else too. Let me show you something else. Let me show y'all something else, because y'all don't get it. Y'all just read that tweet and go over there to Twitter and figure it out. If you think I'm bullshitting, you know what I'm saying? Hold on now. So, y'all had enough time to read that tweet over, right? Y'all know I wasn't making it up. For the Spencer Queens, Queens of Spence, peep this out. This is his words. This is him making light. of the challenges that he has that's disappointing his fight fans. Now, the even bigger disappointment is that these individuals go up here and debate the same shit all the time when it comes to Spence and Crawford. They'll debate the same shit, but they won't debate this. If you bring up the car accident, people act like it never happened. But this guy's making light of the car accident actually happened. But when it comes down to somebody having a debate like myself, these individuals, all they want to do is what? They want to say you hating, you bringing up shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't put the black man in it because this is the wrong place to be talking about, blacks and how they get along and, and have this cohesiveness and camaraderie like no other. I got that esprit de corps like we've never seen in life. Come on, stop it, bro. But peep this out, though. He's putting this information up there himself. He's putting the information out there himself. So you can no longer blame someone that is speaking on it. It's public freaking record. He's putting it out there himself. He's making light of his accident, his weight gain, his drinking, his eye surgery. He's doing all this shit on his own. But yeah, y'all get mad when we say that he hasn't maximized his potential by treating the sport. You know what I'm saying? Living a healthy lifestyle within the sport. You feel that if someone like myself is up here remediating certain areas of what happened to him, this public record, I'm hating. It's not hating. It's the reality, bro. It's hard to get that through the Spencerholics, man. They get real sensitive, but yeah, you can't get sensitive tonight on here. You can't get sensitive. You know why? Because he's talking about it. He's talking about it. You can't be sensitive about something he's speaking on. He's speaking on the weight gain. Right? He's speaking on the weight gain. So what's to be mad about? There's nothing that you can get mad about because he's speaking on it once again. It might be tough for this to come up and you don't have nothing to debate. You know what I'm saying? But the next time y'all over there debating Spence and Crawford, always bring this tweet because he is acknowledging his misfortunes. He's acknowledging it, y'all. So since he's acknowledged it, don't matter if he take the tweet down. I still have the tweet. Many other people have the tweet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm waiting for the Queens of Spence channels to freaking do a live on it. And I want to hear their take. That's all. I want to hear what you got to say. That's all. I want to hear what you got to say. It doesn't get any clearer than this. He's basically summarizing the criticism that we've been speaking on. He's pretty much put it out there that he's still the big fish. So he's taking ownership. He's letting the Spencerholics understand that it was his liability. He was culpable. And any adjudication should be held absolutely in his court. He should be the motherfucking defendant. He is the defendant, bro. When it comes down to the adjudication, he is a defendant. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't even freaking turn, a certain way and ignore it. It's right there in the tweet. Look at it. Read it. Let me give y'all a little time to read that shit. Read it, bro. I want y'all to get all the clarity in this because he put the shit out there. He put it out there. Let me know when y'all get total clarity in his tweet. Because every time I talk about it, it's hate. But this man put the tweet up there. Just let me know when everything is clear. Crystal, bing, clear. That's all. So we won't have to have this conversation ever again. Because he say he's still the big fish. Just let me know. So we won't have this conversation no more, man. Let me know what you're thinking. This man put out here in a tweet everything that we've been criticizing him for, but he didn't zip it up with, I apologize to the queens of Spence. No. He don't care about y'all. He don't care about y'all, bro. He didn't apologize for his actions. He didn't apologize for his actions. He did not apologize for his actions, y'all. He's not remorseful. I asked the Spencerholics one more time, like I did early in a live, several months ago. Where were you all during the 12 days from when he won the WBC title from Shawn Porter? Where were you all at during the 12 days leading up to that fateful day of the horrific car accident that he speaks about in the tweet now? Where were you all? I just want to ask the question, where were you all? Where were you all at 3 a.m. October 10th? Because Arrow is up here making light of a situation, a topic that seems to piss a lot of people off, man. They become cantankerous. They just get all, they get into a group and they all gritting their teeth and shit, clenching their fist, shaking their head, getting on the freaking private chat, typing ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck him. But why are you going to ever say anything about fucking somebody when Spence just talked about this shit in the tweet? You can't get mad at no other person for talking about this shit when he just made light of it himself. I mean, right or wrong? I mean, be honest with yourself, right or wrong? Did he make light of it himself? I'm trying to help y'all understand where I'm coming from. Did he make light of it himself? Are we past this now? Are we done? Let me get to the chat, because people typing, and I got to do better with keeping up with the chat, man. Big Blunts Unboxing say Mo is DC language. Max say dancing in the clubs, crashing foreign cars, 30 pounds in between fights. Whose fault is that? Good question. Whose fault? What again? Say one more again. Whose fault is that? He summarized everything that they get mad at me for talking about. He summarized it and he put the big fish at the end. I'm still the biggest fish. So he ain't learned this lesson. He didn't apologize to you queens of Spence. Y'all sitting up here doing pirouettes and getting mad and being angry, hopping all around this YouTube shit, dancing your ass from damn channel to channel, making thumbnails, trying to convince the public. You mad cause the legends up here saying the same thing. Oh no, we got Crawford. No, we got Crawford. We got Bud. Yeah, we got Bud. Y'all mad. You know why? Because shit like this comes out and they look at shit like this, right? This tweet. And they figure, you know what? He ain't remorseful. He's not humble about letting his fans down and being out the ring for that period of time. He's not humble. This dude think it's a game. He believes he's invincible, bro. Shout out to Tony Boswell in the building. Thanks for the $5 super chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Much respect at World Combat Sports and the chat. Stop there and show support and hit the like button. Just got our work salute. Yes, sir. Boswell is on deck running through the hole. I know that was Brian Bosworth. You know what I'm saying? But, just trying to put some humor to it. But appreciate you, brother, always supporting the channel. Real talk. Thank you for that. Blunts and Boxing say, salute everybody in the chat. I'm driving, working my locksmith shit. Hope y'all doing well for sure, man. Shout out to Big Blunts in the building. Shaw News say, Captain Chaos, the one-man army witness you body 30 clowns. Facts. Salute OG Big Homie status. You got stats out here. Appreciate to the soldiers on deck, man. You know what I'm saying? Zaga. Yaga. Big Blunts and Boston, Zaga Yaga for sure, man. Shaw News say, he is the big fish. Ask a real Jamaican yard mom what a fish is in Jamaica. Yeah, I've heard you mention it. I know when I was over there, we was up there having some fish soup. That shit was delicious. I salivate just thinking about it. That, if that's what a big fish is, being made into a delicacy, you know what I'm saying? A nutritional decor. Okay, cool. Let him be the big fish, because he's going to get ate. He's going to get chopped up, filleted, put on the grill, put in the oven, however they want to do, boil it. He's going to become somebody's meal, man. We just have to get him to sign this contract. You know what I'm saying? Because we're unsure as to why there's been reports from PBC and all this other stuff that take place. Hold on for a second. Let me, I'm trying to find, I can't find the motherfucker. Damn, I had it. Man, I know I had that shit, man. They did fairly well. I know I got the shit. You know what? You know what, man? I know I got it. I know I got it. I'm not even gonna bring that picture up. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring my picture. I want to bring my picture. Let me get back to the chat. Balash on deck. What's good? Of course, bro. Yeah, I think Bud does. He's the one. Let's see. Yeah, I think Bud does. He's the one seems to have been doing things to make it happen. You know one thing about Bud? I'm not speaking for him. All I know is I don't ever see him being the type of person that'll first of all be fucking up like that. All right. I don't see him going out and being reckless, being that he is a provider. He's a breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? He is the sole, combat specialist out here in the ring fighting to make millions. I don't think he'd be the one on here joking if he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If he went out here and he was messing around with his fans, he was taking them for a joke. He's out here driving, drinking, doing whatever he was doing, and not even worried about these bum ass fans that he has on here. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gotta look out for the bums too that continue to support you. They're part of the BBC. You got to look out for the BBC. Show them support, man. They need support too. Because they want to come up with the same narratives, but yet bring this tweet up from now on, goddammit. Don't get all in your feelings. Bring this tweet up because he don't feel no way about it. So you shouldn't feel no way about it. And shout out to the BBC. Shout out to the bum boxing community. I got to put y'all name out here too now. Y'all special too. I think Bud does want legacy, but he doesn't need Spence Jr. to get into the Hall of Fame. Bud is pound for pound. They act like nobody wants Bud. Then why he fly over to the UK and stay a few days? We already know who needs who. We already know who's been undisputed. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to spin the wheels And hopefully somehow, some way, Bud Crawford moves to 154, and they have their vacant WBO or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I know that I've heard even Bud say the fight's gonna happen. Hey, the fight's gonna happen. Okay, I've heard him keep faith in the media saying the fight's gonna happen. I hope the fight happens. Me and a whole lot of other people hope the fight happens, because once again, we get to see if certain people are going to own up to the promises that they made out here. Or else you're going to let down your supporters just like Errol Spence let down his fan base. You know what I'm saying? With the 13 pay-per-views in the building. Yes, sitting right in the homes of those supporters. I give them 13 PPVs. Yes, sirree. Hanging out in the park a lot, sucking on a lollipop, sounding like LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we still got time. I hope that envelope is still around. Real talk, I hope that envelope is still around, because me and Shaw, I think for one, you know, I'm gonna have to take a flight over there. You know, I'm gonna buy me a motherfucking I think I'm gonna buy me a puppy that can do a backflip, no hands, and raise some money so we can put them pay-per-views in the homes of these fans, because that's how struggling these Spence fans are. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure we have the half a dub for the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? We need to put them people right in front of the TV and give them that pay-per-view. You feel me? Don't you go nowhere. Exactly on point, WCS. No need to explain nothing else. Don't need to explain it, man. He said it. Look at it. Look at the tweet. No more play. Look at the tweet. He finally came out and been saying what I've been saying forever and a day. They thought I was just making fun. No, how can I make fun of something that he himself is making light of? He's making fun of it. So therefore, gloves are off. He said he's still the big fish through it all. He's making light of a 12-day situation, which I asked the Spencerholics to explain to me, where were you during the 12 days from the time he defeated Sean Porter to October date, October 10th, right? Where were you? Why couldn't any one of you send him a text? Where were your voice? Where was your line of communication to reach out to him if you felt that he may be out in the streets celebrating? No problem, Tony. Appreciate you always, my brother. I seen Bud at 7-Eleven. Also, I just took pictures with him. My family at the hotel and weigh-ins. I know, Shaw, man. Like, we were sitting there puzzled looking at each other. Like, goddamn it, another Spencerholic up here dreaming up a scenario. Just dreaming up a scenario. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm thinking there might have been somebody else in the car after all. I'm just being honest, man. I think somebody else was in the car, man. Were you in that car, Cheyenne? Did you bump your motherfucking head? I think he was in the passenger seat. Because they had speculation that somebody was in the passenger seat, dog. They just couldn't put their hand on it. Now we know. He's been giving us all the telltale signs, bro. That's all I'm saying. 13 plus 13 plus 13, a half a hundo. Then buy them all cap, dog. Hey, man, all I'm saying, Showtime, bro, I hope you have your goddamn money, man. I hope you have your end of the bargain, bro. We talked about this in Newark. I hope you have your 13. I'm going to have my 13. 13 plus 13. That's motherfucking 36 right there. So you got 36 right there. Here's 13. Bring that shit. Let me see, 14. That's like 58, right? Man, damn, we good. We just got to raise our portion, dog. Real talk. Real talk. We just got to raise our portion of the money. But truth be told, I just want y'all to understand and take note. I just want y'all to understand what that tweet means to me. Let me highlight it once again. Drunk eye surgeries, car crashes, no strength and conditioning trainer, no nutrition, gained 30 pounds. He's highlighting gaining 30 pounds. This is the same guy who said that he made the the Sean Porter fight more difficult than what it should be because he ballooned up in weight. He made it more difficult than what it should be. And he ballooned up in weight. He made it more difficult than what it should be, ballooning up in weight. You can't just get mad at WCS, but you got to get mad at all the legends who have also underlined this shit. Don't get at me because I'm making a point. He's making a point. Spence is making a point. Put it in a tweet. It's right here, right now on his Twitter. Go look it up for yourself and then do a live on it. Don't let me start dropping names of these premier pro Spence queens of holics sexuals. Don't let me start dropping names of these channels who's not gonna even bite on. Y'all need to goddamn put this on a plate, cut it into slices, and feed it to your goddamn fan base so they can wake the fuck up. Feed it to them, dog. Go to his damn Twitter, screenshot this motherfucker, and y'all have a conversation. Ask your fan base, your listeners, what they think about this tweet. £30 now. 30 pounds. A DRUNK. Eye surgery. No S&C, which stands for strength and conditioning. No nutritionist. He's giving you every bit of humor to the challenges that he's been a part of from his own self-infliction. He's giving you a highlight moment right there. He's giving you the smiley face emoji. He said he's the big fish, people. You know what I'm saying? He's telling y'all he's the big fish through it all, through all the fuck ups. He's the big fish. Just take a look at this tweet. It tells you everything you need to know, Spencerholics. Sip on this shit. That's all I'm saying. Sip on that. It might have been true, man. It took me a while, right? We was up here trying to troubleshoot that shit. We was like, we putting this shit together. We're solving a mystery. We're solving a mystery. There was a passenger. You know what? I'm going to go on a limb and say it was two passengers. Even though it was a two-door, no. We had two passengers in there. We had two. That's right. One was in the back because he's a fanboy anyway. He was in the back. He didn't care it was no room. He was laid back in there smiling. Oh, I got it. Oh my God, I get to ride in the sports car. Oh my God, appreciate it, man. Texas, stand up. I love it. Irvin, stand up. Look at me. He was back there on TikTok. Yeah. Hey, you know what it is? Yeah, y'all can't fuck with us, man. We in a sports car, man. I barely have any room. Oh, hold up. Ah. Now, that makes all the sense in the world. Why these dudes be tripping, dog? They done bumped their motherfucking head, dog. They bumped their head, man. Not only that, they left the scene, man. They left the scene. Look, they ran into the bushes and reported it, but they didn't tell them they was there. Real talk. They didn't tell them they was there. They ran away. They lucked out, bro. The whole time they lucked out, man. Because they happened to have their seatbelt on. They was too afraid to tell Spence, hey, put your seatbelt on. They didn't want to mess it up. So when the shit flipped, they said, oh, shit. Bro, you okay? Hey, man, get your cap. Put your cap on right quick. You got to maintain character. Put your cap on. Okay, let's go, man. Let's go. God damn. Man, grab those extensions. Okay, cool. Let's go, man. Hey, man, you good? Man, he ain't moving. Oh, man, shit, let's go. We got to save ourselves. He got the money. He'll be okay. Let's go in these bushes right here, man. Let's call 911. Let's do it, man. Don't speak of this ever. Don't never tell them we was there. Never. Let me see that I send that TikTok video. Okay, good. I never press goddamn publish. Cool. Man, I'm good. God damn. Man, that shit was fucked up. I think I fucked up my cap too. Shit. God damn it. Man, now I gotta hurry up and get home, man. What's my curfew? God damn it. I'm past curfew already. Damn, man. My PO gonna be pissed. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Stop, Captain. Stop. Oh my God, bro. No. Look, I tell these fools, right? I listen to your bullshit. Not all the time, but I listen to it. And people be sending me shit. I say, okay, let me click on this shit. I listen to your bullshit. Bro, stop it. First of all, listen. Let me tell you something, Cheyenne. Let me help you out, brother. Good brother. This is real talk. This is all jokes aside, right? Real talk. Straight up, man. Let me tell you some real shit, bro. If you have sanitation workers, right? That's garbage men. And they're driving by your house. And it's just so happened that they have visual access to your spouse. And this is no disrespect, bro. At this moment, this is the real shit. If they have visual access to your spouse on a consistent basis while they come to pick up your trash, and they feel the need to call her Miss Parker, you should not be approaching the garbage man. They ain't the problem. I know if my girl was out there and they consistently seen her out there with some shit that gave them the idea that she had a body like Miss Parker. Now, this if you telling the truth. Who knows? Like I said, they never, I just broke the case. It was 2 other people in that motherfucking car. But anyway, if they have rolled by there on occasions enough to get comfortable with saying, hey, Miss Parker, and you want to approach them and say she ain't taking out the trash no more? No, homie, that's not the way the code works. That's not the way the code works. That's not the way the code works. You don't go up here and check the guys. It's no set time to take the trash out. Take that motherfucker out when they ain't around. But if that particular person is taking the trash out, knowing that that sanitation truck is en route, and they up there saying, oh, Miss Parker, and you heard them? Nah, man, this has been ongoing. This is to prove a point. This is to send a message. Hey, and the message ain't good, shawty. I know it wouldn't be good for me. First of all, my girl would never do some shit like that. Ever disrespect me like that. We're not talking about me being online 30 times a day and providing for the family, but yet I have a spouse that make more than this dude they call WCS, right? So she's making the money, but yet she's taking the trash out when the sanitation workers come over there. So obviously there's some distortion going on here with what the attraction value is. I don't know, like sanitation workers behind the truck picking up trash, or you. That's not the code, bro. You don't check them They're not the problem. They're doing their job. Someone else should have checked these cats and told them that's inappropriate. That's real as it get. Now don't go get mad about this and calling up all these other cats that don't have any kids. They haven't been married for more than 15 years. They can't tell you anything. They can't tell me shit. If they don't have more than 2 kids, they can't tell me shit. So you can go whine and cry to my, oh man, you put it out there for public record. So guess what? I'm talking about it. And y'all weird ass niggas, stop worrying about me not coming on camera. It's not like I ain't been out and y'all haven't seen the way I look. I took taking pictures. You think that's a motherfucking pitch hitter? You think that's a ghost body? Don't correct the sanitation workers. They just doing their job. If that spouse hasn't filed a complaint against them for calling her Miss Parker, then obviously there might be some type of enticement, some type of comfort. I'm just telling you the game, brother. I'm telling you how the game works. That's some disrespect right there. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's some disrespect. Seriously, that's some disrespect. Don't check the garbage, man. Don't check that shit. No, you check the person who they calling Miss Parker, who haven't told them, hey, that's disrespectful. You should roll up on the scene and she cussing their ass out. She cussing they out. What the fuck you doing? That's inappropriate. Don't call me Miss Parker. No, that ain't the case. You say y'all having a conversation. Were they talking to you? Yeah. No. She know what it is. She know what it is, man. Stop it, bro. And the only reason I'm talking about it, because you pull it out there and somebody mentioned in my chat. It's free game. Don't put your personal business out there like you did before and talking about, oh, she makes more than me. No, you put her in conversations a lot, bro. I'm going to tell you straight up, I never would have said some shit like that. Never, bro. I never would have said, nah, I'm taking out the trash. No, I'm not doing 30 videos a day, you ain't. You ain't taking out no motherfucking trash. Well, then again, you might take out the trash because you may not be the primary breadwinner in the home. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not pocket watching like that. I'm just saying, like, that's not the code, bro. You can't check the dudes who's not being repelled. You know what I'm saying? It's no repel type of rebuke going on. It's not any rejection that's going on there. It's no rejection, bro. It should be intense rejection to the point where now it becomes stalking and harassment. You know the H word that they use? It becomes stalking and harassment. That's not the case. So since that's not the case, you know what I'm saying? You got to look within instead of without. Him and his busted door. Cheyenne said the garbage man want to smash his wife. Hey, man. A man is going to be a man, especially when the female is giving them the attention as if they have a chance. The man would do what a man's going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. Calling him Miss Parker, that's disrespectful. But hey, what do we know? What do we know? You know what I'm saying? What do we know? Damn, dog. He be going in on him, man. Nigga got 42 kids and his bitch still take out the garbage. My 10-year-old son do that shit. Talk to him, bro. You gotta have these kids doing something that's physical responsibility, not labor. Responsibility. It becomes labor when you have trash piled up on top of each other and it needs to go out. Responsibility is never allowing that situation to create itself to the point where it becomes a problem. That's when you consider to be lazy. So that person is taking the trash out every single day. You know what I'm saying? Period. Period. Yo, Big Blunts, when he was cheating that apple, who took out the garbage? He was eating that apple. I didn't even see that, man. I still haven't seen that shit. I don't really care to see it either. Man, dude got, listen, bro. You put shit on YouTube, you put shit out there. Listen, if I was out in my yard and my girl walked out and asking for a kiss, I'm gonna get a kiss. No matter how we feeling, she understands what the respect level is. So therefore, I'm gonna get that kiss, especially if I'm on camera. Not a firm no. A firm no. What? We stand on the same roof. I'm in front of the camera and you're gonna give me a firm no? Hell no, shawty. Don't put your shit on live. Don't be mad at somebody's talking about shit that you put on live. You put the shit out on live. Not only that, you open the gates up when you said she make more than me. You open the gates up. You did, bro. Not me. You thought you was a G. You know what I'm saying? It's free game now. You asked your girl to give you a kiss. She said a firm no. Never. Never. You'd never see me in that situation. Never. My girl wouldn't do that shit. She wouldn't give me a firm anything unless she was sitting in my lap. That's it. When he ain't around, who takes the garbage out? You right. You right. Who taking that garbage out when you ain't around? You ain't got no spies around there, do you? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no spies around there, bro. That shit ain't right, dog. Got his way taking out the trash. Hey, man. Hey, man. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? If she feels she needs to take out the trash, she take out the trash, man. But obviously, she like taking out trash for a reason. She like taking that trash out for a reason. Now we know. Because that's not coming for a woman and making all them that money to sit up here and say, you know what, I want to take out the trash. Not any woman I know. They just don't want to, be the ones that's taking out the motherfucking trash. When you have a squad of human beings that you are supporting, those human beings are called children. You have children within the domicile and one of the spouses is taking trash out. Where are the children? Where is the team? Where are they at? Where the fuck are they at? You can't tell me shit that one of them kids can't take out that motherfucking trash, man. No, something wrong, bro. Yo, Combat, how full was them garbage cans? They wasn't full, man. They wasn't full. They was overflowing. All you heard, all them senior flies that have generations of family members over there. Hey, Charlie. Hey, John, how you doing? I'm good. Where's Harry? He's on his way. Oh, that's a nice smell. Oh, I like that. It's got some yum yum in it today. I got some yum yum in here. Man, everybody come over here, man. Get around this trash bag. Oh, this is nice and ripe. He said Cheyenne, the real woman of the house, man. Y'all need to stop, bro. Garbage. Hey, shout out to Captain Chaos, man, with a $5 super chat, man. He said Garbage Man had they drinking piss water in the front porch at night. I was stressing. Miss Parker, where you at? Man, I'm telling you, something ain't right, bro. And for all you weirdos that's out there, they're going to feel some type of way about this, right? Understand. When someone else insert their spouse into a grown man situation, it's free game. It's free game. Don't say I'm doing it. Don't get mad at the chat because they doing it. You insert it your spouse into the equation. Not just when you said she makes more money than me, you know what I'm saying? But when you want to tell a story about someone calling her Miss Parker. No, I want to hear what action she took when these men were harassing her. You know what I'm saying? When they was attempting to accost her, they was attempting to set up some type of encounter off the property, possibly down the street, around the corner, up the hill, behind the house. I'm trying to find out where the report is at. I know Showtime have more things to do with his day. He be up there driving. You know, he be doing what he's doing. But I know he knows if that is indeed the case. You know, what is the procedure? You know, if someone who is working for the state, what have you, have a very important job. If these two men are attempting to infiltrate, where's the paperwork? What action was taken? What report was filed? I'm just curious. I want to look out, man. This is serious business now. Now let me remind the fans, and shout out for that super chat, Captain Chaos. Let me remind the fans on who we may be talking about. I don't want to get too far off topic, but I was done talking about Spencerholics anyway. So let me give you let me pull this frame up right quick. So I think this is a good one. No. Let me see. Here we go. Here we is. Let me God damn it. Okay. Let me go over here. Just stay with me. We're gonna try to figure this out. Because you gotta help people help themselves. Alright? Once again, when you put stuff out for the public eye, now this right here is an old pic of Miss Parker. All right? From Friday. This is an old pic of Miss Parker from Friday. Now, I'm not saying there's any resemblance, nor do I ever want there to be that type of connection with Kathleen Bradley, who was on TV on the big screen and believed that that was her everyday job. But she was entirely attractive woman, fully grown. And I'm saying a grown ass woman. But recently, there's been some type of story created that sanitation workers who was doing who's earning their hard-earned hours, they find a location, you know what I'm saying, a fun-filled location. It was almost like, you know what I'm saying, going to hang out, almost like the club, you know, a recreational stop along the route. And they found out that it was this female that may allegedly have a pretty decent shape and may have had some type of attire, you know what I'm saying, had that type of provocative type of attire going on for these guys to pretty much call her Miss Parker. So therefore, I cannot say this was the first time they was calling her Miss Parker, because they seem to be comfortable with addressing her as such. Now, if it would have been a problem from a real sister, a sister would have said, no, first of all, don't call me that. If you do it again, I'm reporting you. She wouldn't have said, First of all, no. My name is so and so. All right? I do live here, and I am the one to take out the trash, okay? Now, I'm just letting you know, I'm being nice about it, please. If you're going to call me Miss Parker, say it a little bit lower, because my husband's home. My husband might come out here. Say it a little bit lower. I don't mind, okay? Just say it a little bit lower. All right? Okay, do you get it? All right. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful next time. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Be respectful. Hint, hint. Say it lower. Lower. Okay? Look. How do we not know that it might have been some type of notes dropped in the bottom of the trash can? It might have been some notes. You know, like we was back in elementary when I was growing up, we always left notes. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have phones and internet. We had landlines. So you had to write a little letter and hand it off to the person or your girlfriend or whatever the case may be. How do we know there haven't been some letters left in the trash can? Is there phones that need to be checked for potential infiltration? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. But that's Miss Parker right there, bro. For Friday back in the day. I'm going to take Miss Parker down because she doesn't deserve to be in the situation. In this scenario right here, she doesn't deserve that. She's much bigger. But shout out to the ones in the chat, man. Big shout out to the supporters. Real talk. Hey, I'm going to close this out with the Tyson Fury situation, right? And Cheyenne, get your shit together, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out. And tell your people, right? Most of the time, if I'm saying something right, I don't do the subliminal. Sometimes I may, but not often. But I don't know. Somebody just brought to my attention that something was said. It seemed like it might have been about me. Of course, it was some physical threats issue. I don't know if it was extensively directed to me. I don't know, man. I can't call it. I'm hoping it wasn't. But I don't know. I don't know why people get violent off YouTube, man. They want to talk about threats and shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a black man that's out there feeling some type of way about calling another black man Nigger, you know what I'm saying? You feel good about that shit. Something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Something's absolutely wrong with who you are as a person, because it seems like you don't like white people, Europeans, Caucasians. But then you truly have vitriol towards the people that's the same shade as yourself. So which one it is? Is it going to be about them or the ones that you love playing music about? I don't know, man. It seems like some stuff was pointed my way. I'm not sure. But on the Tyson Fury, the heavyweight division, man, we don't know what it is. I'm glad Wilder's back. But this is a perfect example. Tyson Fury say the reason why he's fighting Derek Chisora is that he want to bring back some attraction and some spark to the British boxing. Look, bro. Where did Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk just fight? Let's look that up. I know it's a rhetorical question, but let's look up where Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk recently fought. Because Tyson Fury is trying to convince the boxing fans that he's calling out or accepting Derek Chisora for a trilogy to bring the spark back to British boxing. So, when they first fought, it was across the pond. Let me see. Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua. Tottenham. I mean, it was in London, United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? This was September 25th, 2021. Now, if you don't remember, Tyson Fury had some big fights with Deontay Wilder, and they wasn't in the UK. But Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, they did fight the first fight in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the second one. The second fight was in Saudi Arabia, right? But still, he was representing the UK. He didn't get it done, but, it's still a close connection there. So for Tyson Fury to come back around on a trilogy to face someone who's didn't make it out the corner in the 10th round and that he won a unanimous decision. Now he's bringing Derek Chisora back. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it, bro. I don't get how this is relevant to the heavyweight division. Like, this is, people up here crying about Deontay coming back and fighting Robert Helenius, right? But you're coming off fighting Dillian White, which was very easy, right? What's Tyson Fury's excuse? You're coming off fighting Dillian White, who you was able to stop in the 6th round, and that was earlier this year. So you're coming back now to fight a guy who has 10 times the losses of Dillian White. He has 10 times the losses of Dillian White. And you really look at Derek Chisora, right? The man won a split decision, which could have went either way against Kubrat Pulev. So we should have known something was up. This probably been in the works for quite some time. I don't know. But in July of 2022, he won a split decision over Kubrat Pulev and pretty much stopped a 3-fight losing streak. He was on a 3-fight losing streak, y'all. He had lost to Alexander Usyk and Joseph Parker twice. So they allowed him to pick up a win against Kubrat Pulev, who at the time only had 2 losses. Now it provides him a golden ticket to step in there with Tyson Fury, man. December 3rd in the UK. December 3rd in the UK. Now he's about to go fight the WBC heavyweight champion. Wow. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable, man. I bet you the trash can be supporting in the super chat. I'm telling you, man, love letters, man. Either way to pass, either way to get that message across without just, look, you got neighbors around. You got neighbors in there. They be peeking out the window. If you basically got your phone, sending messages back and forth, no. I'm telling you, somehow, some way, I think some messages might have been passed and put in the trash earlier for them to be comfortable with that shit. That just don't go down like that. People don't get comfortable knowing you got a man in the house, bro. And they want to disrespect your girl like that? No. Fury line, he said before he wanted a trilogy, hey, man, if he wants a trilogy with someone who he's already up 2-0 on, he's up 2-0. He has 2 wins against Derek Chisora. It's no need for a trilogy. Derek was on a 3-fight losing streak before he won a split decision with Kubrat Pulev. 3-fight losing streak. And he gets a title shot. Amazing what the heavyweight division is doing right now. And they're talking about Wilder and 77K, but yet you have the reigning champion who's supposed to be this big guy who get all the praise for Deontay Wilder's name, but yet he's dispersed of Dillian White, who's already been dispersed of plenty of times. And then now he's taking on Derek Chisora. It makes no sense. Make it make sense. With Alexander Usyk, I'm hearing rumors that he's thinking about moving back down the cruiserweight. Who fucking knows, man? I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I just find it strange that we can't get an undisputed fight here. One night, one ref, inside the ring, we get a heavyweight undisputed. Why we can't do that? Why we can't get the welterweight undisputed? Why we can't get that? Boxing should be way above the bumps and obstacles that's impeding their forward progress. It should be way above that, man. The elevation should be astronomical. It shouldn't even come close to running to these small obstacles. It's just insane to think that boxing is still here and really have to pick and choose on what fights they want to make because of money. It makes no sense, man. That's what happens when you don't have a regulated sport. There's no president. It's wide open, open-ended. And people do what the hell they want to do, bro. That's all I got for the day, man. Seriously, that's all I got for the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to leave this. I'm just going to leave this up here. You know what I'm saying? As I close this out, I'm going to leave this up here. Y'all continue to hold it down. Thank y'all for tuning into the channel, man. Salute, share the content, and, you know, hit the like button on your way out the door. I'm out.